Hey, welcome back.
We're back.
Except for you, Tim. You know what you did. I'm really sorry to anyone watching this named Tim that I just called out. But hey, you're paying attention now, so if you found this video because your YouTube was autoplaying stuff, welcome to 80% Relatable. This is our show called Two Queers Play. We're in the middle of playing through a game called Steins My Darling's Embrace. And I will now proceed to give a quick 15-minute summary of events thus far. I won't do that, but I felt like I needed to make it up to Tim a little bit for for suddenly jumping in the middle of whatever playlist they were in. Once I'd given them their marching orders, Daru and Mayuri bolted out of the lab, leaving Kurisu and I alone. Dangerously alone. Kurisu still stood rooted in place, looking anxious. We should get moving. There's no use in staying here any longer. She responded, but showed no signs of movement. She's usually so bossy. What is with this timid behavior? How pathetic, Christina. Where is your usual self?
What was that?
Who cares what happens to this world? Is it not the ultimate goal of every scientist to see their research and theories bear fruit?
Don't try to lump me in with you stupid self-proclaimed mad scientist.
Self-proclaimed? I am Hoenkioma. My madness is universally accepted and not up for debate.
Sure, Lamau.
Oh, was that you finally admitting to be an at-channeler?
So what if I am?
If you're capable of being so defensive, then you're going to be fine.
Huh?
Moping around here isn't going to make the situation any better.
Okabe, are you...
Don't get me wrong. I just can't stand to see someone else benefiting from your knowledge and intelligence. That they should be used solely for the laboratory's benefit.
You're a tsundere. I get it.
Wow!
I am one, so I know one when I see one.
Oh, okay. Game
Takes one to
recognized
know
game,
one.
as they say.
Yeah.
Also, Okabe is a tsundere. Hot take. I can see it, though. Silence.
What's halfway between a Chunibyo and a tsundere?
Chubure. So, why not both? Why does it have to be a spectrum? Those are two distinct personality traits.
I don't make the rules. That's one axis on the graph.
What is the other axis?
I don't know yet.
Jesus.
I'll tell you when I think of something dumb to put on the other axis.
If we have time to squabble, we have time to search.
Good point.
She actually smiled a little at that.
Then shall we?
Kurisu offers me her left hand. I look at it and... Let's go. Started walking.
Hey, wait, it's only polite to take my hand.
I went outside and gave Suzuha a call. Hearing that she was nearby, we decided to meet right here. Suzuha, you haven't appeared enough yet in this route yet. We kind of told you to fuck off a little bit earlier on, and I'm sorry about that. Can you come help us out?
No, I fucked off.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Enjoy your time fucking off. So I waited for her. I took out my phone to call another lab mem, and then I took some time to stare at Luca's face. But Suzuha rolled up on her bike before I could. She must have been closer than I thought. She closed in at a high speed, but then she maneuvered sideways and skidded to a halt. Did the fucking tires screech? Actually, you know what? I absolutely believe Suzuha has learned how to do that on a bicycle.
Oh, yeah.
I 100% believe... You could probably throw her out on like one of those difficult mountain trails. You know,
she'd be fine. She'd be great.
Exactly. Given what she learned how to use it for.
She probably rides it upstairs.
Right?
Right into the
actually, you
lab.
know what? Probably not the mountain biking one, but she probably in an urban environment, she can take a bicycle in like a bunch of different locations.
Hey, what's shaking?
Have you been picking up on the modern lingo?
Clearly not.
Okay, fair enough. To cut to the point, where I briefly explained what had happened and told her that we needed help.
I see. So basically, we gotta find the store that sells the toy that was in the lab, right?
Basically. Don't call it a toy. It's a gadget with a capital gadget.
So we're looking for a toy called a gadget, Dad.
No, it's...
Yeah, thanks for your help.
Kursu stops me and offers Suzuha her gratitude. She made a good call. We didn't have time to cross all of our T's, leaving a couple of them as I's. Sorry about ihis. That T was not crossed.
It's fine, it's fine. I was off work today, so I was just hanging around. I'll let you know if I find it.
I told Suzuha which areas I wanted her to search, and she took off on her bicycle. It really would be handy to have a bike at a time like this.
Yeah, I agree.
We send Suzuha off with a prayer in our hearts. It just means that bicycle look old to you. Not... It's well maintained, yeah, but doesn't it look like bizarrely old?
Does it?
Oh wait, I was thinking about the other part where no, you're absolutely right. At this point, at this timeline, it wouldn't be that old.
No, I wasn't even thinking that. I was looking at the bicycle in the background and being like, what are you talking about?
That is Suzuha's bicycle.
Yeah, but I was just looking at the picture and being like, what do you mean it looks old? I didn't realize
Were you
were doing
expecting it to be a penny farthing?
You said it looked old.
It was the bit. Although I was wrong that this would not be a timeline where her bike was that old.
Unless it is.
Unless it is. Just see what it looks like when it shows up in robotics notes. Then we visited May Queen. Kyoma! I knew that she couldn't answer the phone at work, so we came here directly to ask her for help.
No sign of the shopkeep yet.
Is that so? Honestly, I keep hitting the button to scroll past before I've said my line, and it's quite frustrating.
Yeah, I get that.
Honestly, that's part of the reason we're here. We have a favor to ask.
A favor? A favor? Are you alright, Kirisu?
No.
Would you like a glass of water?
How about an electric shock?
I mean, hold on. I can just go over. No! All right.
Okay, good. My brain's wiped clear.
Okay, good. The thing is, having already told her what was going on yesterday, we just gave her the relevant updates.
I see. I never thought things would escalate to this level, nya.
But that's why we need your help, Ferris.
Every time that Kurisu just appears very close in the right corner, it gives me a little startle.
Well, it's because she has to stay close. She can't leave our personal space.
We know how busy you are, but any help you could offer us would be truly appreciated.
Okay, nyan.
You'll really help us out?
Of course. Anything for Kyoma and Kyunyan. I'm going to be working late tonight, but I can join your search tomorrow. Tomorrow?
Thanks, that's a big help.
Oh, and those are customers for help too, nya.
That would be great.
You can count on meow.
Is it just me or are her puns getting worse?
What are you talking about? They're as bad as they've always been. Having taken the time out of her day to speak with us, Ferris returned to work. Right, because she's a small business owner already.
Small business?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Small business. Yeah, you're right. Not a small business owner.
She really is reliable.
Although I think this is the only one she has a direct hand in running.
Mm-hmm.
She sure is. No customer could resist a chance to do Ferris a favor. Oh, God, it's spreading. That might give us a veritable army of searchers. We really lucked out on this one. We haven't even asked Lukaku and Moeka for Lukaku and Moeka's help yet. I should give them a call on my Luka phone.
Huh? Hey, Okabe, are they...
Huh? Kurusu was pointing at something. Followed her finger, was met with a sight of red and white Miko outfit. Lukaku and Moeka's with her. What are they doing at a place like this?
Stop staring, let's catch up with them.
I think you mean catch up with Nyem.
I don't think that I do.
You sure?
Yeah, quite.
I'm trying it out, actually. It's rather freeing.
I don't think so.
Put on the ears, Kurusu.
This is the wrong route.
Oh, wait, how do you know about the other routes? We rushed after them before they could escape our sight. Lukako!
Huh? Oh, Okabe-san and Makise-san too. What are you doing here?
That's what I'd like to know. What is with those clothes?
Well, these are... Photo shoot.
Moika, how much do I need to give you to have you send me some of those copies later? How much are they going for? We're selling them, right? No, don't worry about it. I just need to update my Luca phone. Lukako looked towards Moeka's hands. Hands that were holding a digital, single-lens reflex camera.
We never see the camera, do we?
No.
Son of a bitch. Show me the lenses.
Come on, give us that camera porn.
Yeah.
Photo shoot, she said. Then this is... Is this what you were talking about yesterday? You accepted her offer.
Kiryu-san forced me to. We had a who can be more quiet competition, and I lost.
Wow, that's... Very few people can compete with you there, Luca. I understand the need to show deference to your betters in this scenario. Wait, shining finger. Wow, you're doing it right now. Try as I might, I can't imagine Moeka forcing anyone to do anything. But now that I look at Lukako properly, the Miko outfit really does suit her. The passerby don't seem to think of it as anything out of the ordinary either. Well, this is Akihabara after all.
Okabe, isn't there something you should be telling them?
Oh, right, Luca, you look fantastic. Wait. Right, that's right. I was just about to waste our time on something completely unimportant. I'm really glad we ran into you two. We have a favor to ask.
Favor?
A flavor favor.
You really need our help?
I don't need your help, I need a favor.
Oh.
Sure do. I then proceeded to explain the situation for the third time in the past 30 minutes.
The world's in danger.
That was Moeka. Wow, Moeka,
Wow.
you sounded so expressive there for like 4 seconds. Can you do that again? Okay, the moment passed, I get it.
World.
It's quite possible.
Then that's a real emergency, but is finding the store all we have to do? That's right. Once number 14 is retrieved, the problem should be solved.
How about it? Will you help us?
Of course. I'll focus my search on the other side of Mansebashi.
Huh?
I doubt I'd be of much help just wandering around stores, so I'll see what info I can dig up back at the office. Slime Man.
How would your office have any... You know what? No, sure, go do that.
You'd be surprised.
I would be surprised.
That's what I said.
Okay then, Lukako and Finger will handle things over there.
Thank you both. Not at all. We should all help each other in times of need. Depending on how things go, let me use it as a scoop, okay? Slime Man.
Oh no. Wait, what? What's the... Well, I don't understand the pronoun.
I think, presumably it must be referring to Luca.
But how is that related to the thing that Moeka just sent us?
I don't know that it is.
Okay, whatever. But we do need everyone we can get right now. I'll overlook it this time. Once Lukako and Moeka canceled their shoot and parted ways with us, Kurisu and I turned to face each other. I think that's all the help we can get.
Then it's up to us now.
You're right. Let's start combing the desert. Every store we can find, one by one.
Roger.
It was already 6 p.m. Most stores in Akihabara closed by 8, leaving us 2 hours to search as many stores as possible. That's all we can do at this point. But as long as there's something we can do, we have to do it. Kurisu and I nodded to each other and started our search for number 14. For the next 2 hours, we scoured Akihabara, going from door to door. From the alleyway junk shops to the hardware shop and the radio center. We even checked the major brand name electronics store, as a long shot as it was, in our search for our missing gadgets. But the more we searched, the more the horrors of Akihabara begin to mount. Most towns are fairly consistent when it comes to what kinds of stores they have. The same cannot be said of Akihabara. For instance, you have specialty stores that stick to their genre, such as the Brawn Tube Workshop below the lab, But you also have chaotic stores that deal in just about everything imaginable. Maybe this place has our gadgets. They probably don't, but well, it never hurts to ask. Perhaps my mounting agitation is making me think this way. But once those thoughts entered my head, I started leading us into maid cafes and underground idol concert venues. Okay, that might be it. Though there was obviously no chance we'd find our gadgets in places like these. Night fell upon our failure, and we returned home drenched in fatigue and disappointment.
Thanks for dinner.
As soon as we got back, we took showers one after the other and ate some food. Thinking that instant noodles wouldn't be enough, we got 2 bento boxes from a convenience store. But even that wasn't enough to soothe our exhausted, sun-baked bodies after a search like that. Not even the calming presence of Dinsdale in the photograph on the wall. I can't look at it and not see a porcupine kaiju towering over the city. We heard from Mayuri, Daru, Ferris, and Lukako, but the results were unsurprising. Kurusu's eyes holding her knees to her chest. Christina, I know that this is frustrating, but don't sigh.
Just shut up.
She stared at me. Why?
Sorry, I'm just in a bad mood.
It's fine. It happens to everyone.
It
seems I have no choice. Listen closely, and I'll tell you something important that my mentor once told me.
You had a mentor? What'd they say?
If you give up, the game is already over.
Anzai sensei.
Only a real channeler would recognize it that fast.
Who's that supposed to be?
Let's check the tips, because I don't recognize that.
It's presumably an anime reference.
The coach from a famous basketball manga. On the internet, posters sometimes express a desperate desire by quoting the manga like, so, Anzai sensei, I want to blank. If you give up, it's game over. It's another oft-quoted line from the series. Okay,
I see.
I don't know any basketball manga.
Is it like Kuroko no Basket?
Basketball manga. Let's see. Kuroko no Basuke, Slam Dunk, Dear Boys, Hoop Days, Ahiro no Sora. I'm guessing it's probably Kuroko no Basuke.
Basketball!
Ooh, what does Mal rank as the top 4 best basketball anime and manga of all time? It rates it. Please check out our cookie policy. So I will not.
Excellent.
That is the rating most likely to make me disinterested in what you have to say.
Did you hear that the cookie banner thing ended up not going so well for the folks implementing it?
Oh,
some European court just ruled that no, that's not sufficient, and that a bunch of folks I think Google and other big tech folks have to destroy a bunch of the data they collected because it was nope, this doesn't actually abide by our
right, because the whole point is that you're supposed to be able to say no and opt out, but they make it so you can either accept or manually or go through a thing and then manually deselect everything and go through. It's that's not the same thing. It's fucked up. Anyway,
I can't believe you tricked me into thinking you had a mentor, only to quote anime at me.
Be that as it may, don't you think that those words are fitting for this situation?
Well,
right now we have to use what time we've got to search for number 14. I try to reassure Kurusu, and myself, to be honest. Don't worry, we'll definitely find it.
There's nothing definite in this world.
Death. Taxes. Me being an obnoxious asshat.
Taxes definite? You should come to Victor Quadria University and talk to our tax fraud lab.
You wait, the lab commits tax fraud or studies it?
Yes.
I see. No, I guarantee it. We will definitely find number 14.
How can you say that? You can't just say things for no reason.
I have a reason. You want to know what it is? She looked at me without a word. I'll take that as a yes. Fine, I'll tell you. Because every member of the Future Gadget Laboratory is helping us out.
So what? That's no guarantee of anything.
Yes, it is. My hand-picked lab mems are working as hard as they can. Things will definitely turn out okay.
Kurusu
raised her head ever so slightly. That's better. The sad look doesn't suit Christina. Angry and unpleasant is much more her style. Come on. We're going to have a walk around all day tomorrow, so let's call it a night and re-energize. As I stood up, I took my crumpled eye mask off the table. Practically a courtesy at this point, as sometimes it's not even on when I wake up, but promise is a promise. Waited for Kurisu to get into bed and proceeded to my usual spot nearby on the floor.
Okabe.
She called me just as I was lying down. She was rather loud about it, too. She mad at me?
Tonight, you don't need to.
Don't need to what? Sleep? Oh God, what has the brain chip done? For one, I've been wondering, I assumed that she could only be talking about the eye mask. It's really not that big a deal, but if she says it's okay, I might as well take it off. Remove the eye mask, put it on the table, and proceed to lower my body.
No, that's not what I meant.
No? She wasn't talking about the eye mask.
You know, we'll be walking around all day tomorrow, and you can't get much rest on the floor, right? So,
what could it be?
You know, tonight...
No, can't be.
Tonight, you can sleep on the bed.
Maybe it can. Did she really just say I can sleep on the bed? No, I can't do that.
I'm telling you that it's okay.
But you're the master of this room. I can't allow the master to sleep on the floor.
You idiot. I never said that I'd be sleeping on the floor.
Then we're just going to sleep in the bed Huh? Kurisu and I are sharing a bed.
That's what I was getting at. It's just embarrassing to say out loud.
Well, I thought that might have been what she meant at first. The idea seemed so far-fetched that my mind simply rejected it. Who could believe that Kurisu would ever ask me to share her bed?
Don't get me wrong. I may have allowed you to sleep on my bed, but if you try anything weird, I'm calling the police.
Are you really sure?
I've told you it's fine over and over already. Don't make me repeat myself.
She turned away and lay on the bed with her back facing me. She had left enough space on the bed for another person to sleep. No. Rather, by opening up this space, she'd added more distance between us. Even if I wanted to sleep on the floor, we'd be over a meter apart, so I couldn't. My decision made for me, I slid into the open space next to Kurisu. My body sank into the mattress without so much as the squeak of a spring. I'd been telling myself that the floor was sufficient, but sleeping on the mattress was like ascending into heaven. Settled in with my back facing Kurisu. How? In the last few days, we'd grown so used to being this close to her. But even now, even though we're facing away from each other, there's a tension in the air.
Okabe, you're so unfair.
Her voice was quiet. Unfair is quite an accusation. What about me is unfair?
Even though most of what you say is completely stupid, you still sometimes manage to move people. And it's usually when someone's feeling down. That's what's unfair.
Completely stupid is a little harsh. Besides, I only say what I think. I don't try to say anything special.
And I know that. That's what's so unfair.
We were exchanging words that we would never ordinarily think of saying to one another. Are we able to talk like this because of number 12? How the fuck? Oh, like that. I was trying to figure out how Okabe's hand was where no, it's just laying on his shoulder. Okay. That's going to be suck in the morning, but all right.
Oh, yeah.
If that's the case, maybe Daru and Mayuri were right.
Hey, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Why are you taking the search for number 14 so seriously?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
She was being unusually straightforward. As a representative of our lab, my assistant's problem is my problem. And like I've said before, your mind should be used solely for the advancement of our lab, not misused by some outside group.
You're already being dishonest.
I'm not being dishonest at all. I'm just giving you one of many reasons.
Then what are the others?
You really want to know? Ask her the same question again and again. She says yes, I'll be sure to tell her.
Maybe I don't.
Oh, well, all right then. Part of me was relieved. She kept pressing I doubt that our relationship would have been able to stay the same as it is now. I don't know what prompted me to think that, but something did. Out of nowhere, Kurisu put her hand over mine. Kurisu.
Don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean anything. It's just, if we stay this way, we can be sure that we won't get shocked and go to sleep in peace.
That is true. I gripped her hand.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. She must have been wiped out. Minutes after we said goodnight, I heard her calm, sleeping breath from behind my back. Listening to the rhythm of her breathing, I drifted off to sleep. The warmth of Kursu's hand on my own. The next morning, just before the shops opened for the day, Kursu, Mayuri, Daru, and I gathered at the lab. Okay, so Luka goes searching the Mansebashi area, and Shining Fingers got Ochonomizu. Part-time Warrior says she's going to focus her search around Showa Street, too.
And Ferris-chan?
She said she'd ask around at the stores she's familiar with to get some more information. Therefore, it is up to search the remaining areas. Got it? All three of them nodded. They look like they're ready for anything. Very well. Then we shall find Nitbjorg and retrieve number 14 by 5 p.m. Nitbjorg?
Nah?
Help me out here. According to Norse mythology, it is the mountain where the mead of poetry is hidden, said to grant its drinker incredible poetic abilities and knowledge. Huh. Cool.
Honey... Huh?
Don't worry about it. Just find number 14, all right?
Okie dokie. Roger.
I was worried that Mayuri and Daru would have been exhausted from yesterday, but the two left the lab with such vigor that Kursu and I sent them off with full confidence. We'd better get going too.
Yeah.
We've got 7 more hours until our time limit. The hour of our judgment draws closer. Huh, well, if it ain't Okabe.
Who was Nye?
I don't remember.
Hello, Uncle Ocarine.
I don't remember who was Nye. She hardly ever shows, like...
Yeah.
Hello, Uncle Ocarine.
Is that
Sure.
an acceptable Nye voice? Mr. Braun. We ran into Mr. Braun and his daughter, Sister Braun, as we stepped outside. I'd practically forgotten that they'd been on vacation for the past few days, and now I was wishing they still were. Their timing couldn't have been worse. I didn't expect anything bad to happen, of course, but I didn't want a conversation with them to kill my momentum. So, how'd it go? Did anything happen while we were away? No, not really. Kurisu and I had been stuck together by number 12 and had been forced to scour Akihabara for number 14, but none of that had anything to do with Mr. Braun, so it seemed like an appropriate answer. You say that, but are you sure you weren't taking advantage of my absence and raising hell upstairs? We weren't, I swear. We didn't do a thing. Isn't that right, Christina?
Right.
You sure about that? If you're lying, your rent's about to skyrocket. Try to buy a bunch of NFTs and I need the extra income. Wait, this is like a decade too early for that, but still. Yes, I'm sure. I really wanted to, but I couldn't. What? What'd you just say? Nothing. Never mind. Didn't say a thing. Well, fine. You better not do anything crazy now that we're back, though. I know.
Okabe.
Kursu poked my back. Imagine she wants me to hurry. Anyway, I'm off to get my cute little CRTs flickering back to life. Oh, right. You see my part-timer anywhere? Told her we'd be back today, but she's nowhere to be found. Hey, Okabe, if you see her, would you tell her to... Sorry, Mr. Braun, I don't have time to waste on idle chatter right now. Idle chatter? It's important to have a good relationship with your landlord, you know? Yes, and we can talk about that later. We're in a hurry. Come on, Christina.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not done with you yet, Okabe. Oh, that's right. Last night. Hey!
Last night I set a building on fire. It was so beautiful.
Mr. Braun was still talking as we left the Oyama building, but we paid him no mind. He had wasted our time. And quite frankly, what Mr. and Sister Braun did on their vacation wasn't of any interest to me.
It'll turn out that they totally bought gadgets on their vacation.
I thought the irony was just the fact that they could send their D-mail now.
Oh, yeah.
Curse and I weren't bound together by number 12. I may have stayed behind and kept him company, but right now, we are as one. We can't waste another minute.
Let's get searching, Okabe.
I'm on it. As soon as I drink this nice cup of coffee. There's quite a couple sips left in it. I don't really like to rush it, so we don't have much time left. Just like yesterday, we started asking about our gadgets at every store we visited. No store was too big nor too small. At each one, we explained what we were looking for, the date it was sold, its dimensions and functionality. By the time we finished, they all shook their heads. We got so used to giving our explanation that we practically started doing so automatically. We checked in at stores we'd not visited before. Thought that perhaps the staff didn't remember what they had in stock. Many of those who remembered us simply looked annoyed. Didn't happen at any bigger, fancier stores, but the more specialized places weren't too happy with us. However, we couldn't just skip them. We entered buildings and visited every little shop inside of them, some of which were selling rather adult merchandise. I felt uncomfortable visiting those sorts of stores with Kurisu, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Curious eyes of the staff and critical eyes of the customers stared lasers at us, but we continued to search every last store in our quest for number 14. Each time we stepped out of a store, the sun shone down upon us so strongly that I thought I might faint. The repeated temperature shifts from the chilly air-conditioned stores to the hot outdoors may have been physically affecting me. One way or another, I could feel my exhaustion starting to mount. And if I was feeling spent, I could only imagine that Kurisu felt the same way. No, given the female body, she might be feeling even worse than I was. It was after being turned away by shaking heads at our 40th store that Kurisu stopped in her tracks and started to think. It's already 3 p.m. We only had 2 hours left until the timer went off.
Hey, Okabe.
Yeah, that's me. What's wrong? Are you tired?
No, I'm fine.
I'd heard the fatigue in her voice, but if she's not going to mention it herself, I'm not going to bring it up.
This is kind of last minute, but I've been thinking about something.
What have you been thinking about then?
The shop Mayuri sold the gadget to. Do you think it's really in Akihabara?
What?
We've been searching under the assumption that the shop's in Akihabara, but maybe it's not. Because even though we've got everyone looking as hard as they can, we still can't find it. I just thought we should consider the possibility.
But Mayuri said that it was in Akiba.
Did she really? Are you sure about that?
Well...
You sure that's a fact?
That's a great question. What did she say exactly? I whipped out my phone. I whipped it out and called Mayuri. The ringing continues. She has to pick up if she's not somewhere otherwise occupied, right?
Hi, Mayushi desu. Sorry, tuturu.
Oh, there we go.
I forgot the tuturu.
Yeah, you were so close. Mayuri. Good, she answered.
Okarin, what is it?
She didn't even greet me with a tuturu. She must be really focused on her search.
Oh, I did get it right.
Oh, you got it right the first time. Mayuri, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Are you sure the shopkeep store is really in Akihabara?
I'm kinda sure.
A less than confident answer. Not that I can throw stones, given that I couldn't remember what she said to me. Think back. Where did he say his store was located? Did he say that it was in Akihabara?
Well...
Come on, Mayuri, what did he say?
I feel like he said that he had a shop nearby.
Nearby. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So he didn't say it was in Akihabara, correct?
Probably not, I think.
I see. Thank you. Continue your search. Hello, Luca. I hang up the Luca phone and turn to Kurisu. She obviously overheard my side of the conversation, but I gave her a quick rundown of the call.
I see. So he said that he has a shop nearby.
Right, meaning there's a chance it might not be in Akihabara. A shop nearby. Nearby in this situation being a relative term. A term so subjective that it can take on any number of meanings and distances. For example, if someone who lives in Akihabara says they're nearby when they're at Manqueen, then they're likely referring to a place you can reach on foot from there. Someone who lives in Shibuya or Shinjuku, nearby could be as far away as Kanda or Ueno. We have no way of knowing what exactly the shopkeep meant. Still, it's very possible the store's not in Akihabara. And in that case, it's taken us so much time to search Akihabara alone. 2 hours is nowhere near enough time to expand our search to both Kanda and Ueno. No, with our current search party, it would take us days to cover everything. Even if that were possible, 2 hours is nothing. What a weird CG. Cool Apple Watch.
Wait, what?
Stunned by our miscalculation, we just stood there hopelessly. Only 2 hours remain. The stores with our gadgets is not in Akihabara. Finding it will be impossible.
Okabe, call everyone.
Kursu's voice was perfectly calm. Everyone? Why? How do you know I can get everyone on call at once?
I know, right? This search is pointless. I can't make our fellow lab members waste their time. We should call it off.
Call it off? Are you serious?
If the shop isn't in Akihabara, then there's no way we're gonna find it, right?
I had the same thought, but...
We should just give up now. We tried our best, we gave it everything we could, and it didn't work out. So, let's just...
You've got to be kidding!
Huh?
We tried our best? Only those who fight until the very end deserve to say that.
Okabe.
Besides, giving your all doesn't mean anything unless you get results. I worked hard, I tried my best, but it didn't work out. So what? Those are just platitudes. Effort is nothing without results. It is just meaningless labor. Only the results make it worthwhile. Christina, I'm disappointed in you. What sort of scientist doesn't understand that? Kursu shot me a vicious look.
But we know that this is going to be a waste of time, so we should cut our losses. You just said effort is useless without results, right? So why is it bad to minimize our wasted effort? We should stop what we're doing once we know that it's pointless, right?
We don't know that it's pointless yet.
We do. We're not just searching Akihabara anymore. We won't find it. It's just common sense.
We don't know until we try. Maybe we'll find it at the next store we visit. This is no time to argue, but our anxiety is getting us worked up. This isn't good. At this rate, we're going to get shocked for the first time in a while, but I can't give up. As long as there's a chance, no matter how small.
As long as the probability is greater than 0. I, Okabe Rintaro, will tear through fate and create a miracle.
Oh, great. That just reminded me of something I need to tell you about that game after we're done here. Thanks. Umineko brain, it never turns off. If number 14 activates and something as disastrous as Kursu describes comes to pass, Kursu will be held responsible. I don't say that out of concern for the public. Even if Kursu isn't blamed for it, she would have to live with the guilt for the rest of her life. And I can't.
You've been speaking in hypotheticals this whole time. If you don't have any concrete ideas, then we should...
No, there must be something. There has to be something that we can do. I don't have a reason to believe that. I'm just trying to talk back, but still, is there nothing we can do? Something we've overlooked? Something we've forgotten about? What sorts of gadgets do we have? Numbers 1 through 9, we sold everything but number 7, Ghost in the Ball, and of course number 8, the phone wave, named subject to change. Use the Sialoom Saber if there was a trail of blood to follow. It really is pointless. My thinking was flawed from the start. So I have to think differently. Our new gadgets, numbers 9 through 11, have all been sold. But maybe there's something there.
Look, Luka-kun. If you had this umbrella...
Maybe.
If you had this umbrella, you wouldn't have to worry about losing it somewhere.
That's it. Oh, I had completely forgotten about that.
Me too. Okabe, are you okay?
That's it. I've got it. Or at least one of our gadgets does.
Did we just go over a line? Huh?
It was just a huh. I thought you saw the huh.
I didn't.
Future gadget number 9, homing diva.
Ah.
We look at each other, and I see hope return to Kursu's face. I immediately take up my phone and call Daru. Every second I have to wait, it's agonizing. Pick up. Pick up the damn phone. Daru?
Ocarine, what happened? Did you find it?
No, but where are you right now? Can you get back to the lab?
Huh? Sure, I'm pretty close, but why?
Number 9, I need you to ping it ASAP. What's the story, Daru?
Just a sec, I'm checking right now.
We caught up with Daru at the lab. Number 9 looks like an ordinary umbrella, but it's outfitted with a GPS so you can locate it whether it gets stolen or lost. User, Itaru Hashida. Password. Login success. Welcome to Global Positioning System. Wow, Daru can just log on to the global position. His background is Ferris?
Of course it is. Who else would it be?
I'm surprised that when the chips are down, his background goes to the 3D girl. I'm just saying. I completely overlooked it. If I were properly involved in its creation, perhaps I wouldn't have, but it's a little late to worry about that now.
Still, the umbrella needs to be open if we want to locate it, right? True, but we can at least figure out each location it's been opened at in the past, at least. Actually, we're receiving the data now, and bingo.
You mean it?
Hell yeah, I do. It was last opened around noon yesterday.
And where did that happen?
It was in Okachimachi.
All right, let's go, Kurisu.
Oh, right.
Daru, can you give me its exact?
On it. I'll send it to your phone.
My man. My man. We stepped out of the lab. We were once again greeted by Tanoji. Oh, Okabe, you little punk. You left before I was. Sorry. Tell me later. Hey, I told you to wait. Now I really don't have time for idle chatter. He's probably got it. Right? He's probably got it. I took Kurisu's hand and waved down a taxi on the main street. We have an hour and a half left. Our budget's tight, but our time limit is even tighter. Yo, new background.
Oh.
Daru sent me the requisite map info while I was in the taxi. Showed it to the driver and we hurried to the location in question. The store was located in a small alley just a couple of minutes from Okachimachi Station. It's a tiny knick-knack store. Even looking in from the outside, I could tell the place was a mess.
Number 14 must be in there.
Yeah, for sure. At last. At last this madness will come to an end. What do you mean you don't have it?
Well, I had it when I bought it, but it had disappeared by the time I got back here.
I already said this man had absolutely no distinguishing characteristics. Even his story was indistinct.
I brought everything back in a cardboard box, so maybe I dropped it somewhere.
Somewhere? Where's that supposed to be?
If I knew that, I would have retrieved it already. I mean, I did pay for it.
Reasonable. It was past 4 p.m. by the time we trudged back to Akihabara. Shopkeep had taken out the cardboard box to corroborate his story, and all of the gadgets were in there. Except, of course, for number 14. He didn't know we were coming, so it's not possible that he hid it beforehand to throw us off. Besides, what would he get out of doing so? Nothing that I could see, so suspecting him of foul play is meritless. 1 hour left. We only have 1 hour until number 14 activates. We don't have the first clue as to where it could be. Up until now, our goal was to find the shopkeep, but we don't even have that much of a lead. If he dropped it somewhere, someone might have picked it up and put it in a trash can or even taken it with them.
Let's ask everyone to return to the lab.
Fine by me. Giving up is no longer an issue. Our chances are well and truly dead. I should save everyone a little bit of time. Outgoing. To Lab M, Future Gadget. Return to lab. We totally lost our leader, number 14. The search has been called off. Everyone, return to the lab. We're all going to watch the CRT. Took out my phone and sent a message everyone a message asking them to return to the lab. I was returning my phone to my pocket. It rang. Suzuha was calling.
Hey, Okabe Rintaro, I'm really sorry. The owner got mad at me for being out and about, so I had to come back to the store.
Seems like she regrets going AWOL.
I was going to call you earlier, but he just kept going on and on. It was kind of mind-numbing, really.
Well, if you're already back, then that's fine. I'll tell you everything that happened later, so keep doing what you're doing.
Whoa. Hold on. I called you because I have something important to tell you.
I was about to hang up, but her words stopped me. Something important? Is it urgent?
Yep. The owner told me that he found something under the bench when he got back to the store. He says it might have something to do with our lab.
Lol.
Fucking called it.
It was on the ground under a bench in the Bronze workshop. Overhearing that, Kursu grabbed my phone and butted into the conversation.
What was on the ground? Are you talking about number 14?
Calm down, Christina. What did it look like, part-time warrior?
He said it looked like a black box with an antenna on it.
All right, take any cables that are in it and yank them out immediately.
That's gotta be it.
Suzuha, can you hear me? Get it right. No. Get Daru first. Couldn't contain myself and took off towards the lab with Kursu in tow, which turned out to be a bad idea. Oof. Ran straight into a man who had stepped out right in front of me.
Shit.
I'm sorry. I was in a hurry. I apologized right away and made to move past the man until he grabbed my arm.
Listen up, asshole. You ran straight into me while I was center stage. You think sorry is gonna cut it?
Now that I had a good look at him, I recognized him as the Gaia-blessed man I ran in front of Ferris's cafe the other day. This is the last thing I needed, but it's too late to disengage now.
Hey, Okabe Rintaro, are you still there?
I could hear Suzuha shouting from the phone in my hand. However, this man currently had that arm firmly in his clutches, so I couldn't answer her.
Okabe.
Kursu sounded forlorn. It was then that I realized we were surrounded by men who looked like dark knights patrolling the streets. You alright, 4 degrees Celsius? It appears the man I bumped into refers to himself as 4 degrees Celsius. I know it's Shido, but this is funnier. It's the most pathetic way to spice up the name Shido I've ever heard. Oh,
the asshole just bumped into me and tried to get away without apologizing.
Nonsense, I did apologize.
Huh? You call that an apology?
That ain't a real apology until your forehead hits the ground. That's how you really show you're sorry. It's obvious that we're in trouble, but people passing us by do everything they can to not get involved. Cold-hearted move to be sure, but if I were in their position, I would do the same. You really can't blame them.
So, what are you waiting for? Don't want to get down on your knees in front of your girl?
Fine by us. We'll give you a hand. Make sure you do it all elegant and proper-like. Damn it, if only I could use my right arm, I could destroy all of you. I really can't do anything when Kursu and I are bound together at our wrists.
Oh, then show me what you got. Or are you scared?
Ugh, we have no time. I balled my hands into fists and silently knelt down. From there, I dropped my forehead to the ground.
Okabe.
I heard Kursu above me.
What's this? You were boasting a few seconds ago, and now your head's on the ground. Hardly elegant, is it? Hey.
He tapped me on the back of my head. The more he looks at me, the more he gets into his sick little game.
Come on now, is that all you've got? That's nowhere near apologetic enough.
How humiliating! But I can't waste any more time. I need to get this apology over with and get back to the lab as soon as possible. Swallowed the words I wanted to say and managed to choke out an apology. Excuse me.
Seriously? Excuse me? Is that supposed to be an apology?
My words only served to further rile them. They pushed my head into the asphalt. Ugh.
Well, do you have something to say to me?
No, I need to get through this. Stay strong, Okabe Rintaro.
That's enough.
A roar echoes above my head. Kurisu!
He's apologized to you with his head on the ground and you're forcing him to go lower? What kind of man does that?
Damn it, no! I was trying to get through this. What's with this feisty chick?
What's that supposed to mean? I just said what anyone else would, so there.
Hey, you better calm down, lady. We're not gonna go easy on you just because you're a girl. That'd just be sexist, and that's not how real men roll. No, she doesn't look half bad. Come on, forget this miserable loser and come hang out with us. We'll show you a good time.
Are you complete idiots? Is this what being a real man is all about? And you call him a loser? You gotta be kidding. He's 100 times the man any of you could ever be.
Kurisu.
Hey, did you hear that? She said this dog is cooler than we are. Fitting for a bitch, I guess.
Actually, that is a good burn.
Shut the hell up. This guy may have Chunibyo, and sure, everything he says is stupid. He's overconfident and rude, and he pisses me off all the time. But even so, he's the kind of man who can stand up for those in need.
She's standing up for me.
So you stupid jackasses have no right to call him a
Interrobang?
Hey, stop. Get away from me.
Christina! I should take my hand off the head. I shook the hand off my head and stood up. I grabbed Kursu's left hand and pulled her close.
Hey, shitbag. Did I say you could stand up?
Are you all right?
Yeah, sorry,
Kursu's hands were trembling, and tears were in her eyes. She was really scared. Gah!
Okabe.
An impact. I'd been hit square in the back.
You think you're better than me?
Ah! The sharp pain in my back made my vision go red. This is bad. At this rate, Kursu's gonna wind up in trouble, too. I wrapped Kursu in my arms to cover her.
Wait, Okabe, what are you...
Just stay still.
But...
What, you're trying to look good, cool in front of your girl? Pain shoots through me. My back, my sides, my waist, my legs, my hips.
Okabe.
Kursu wriggles in my arms. Damn, if only I could use my right arm. Wish I could let Kursu run away from all this.
If you could use your right arm, you'd kick my ass. Is that what you're saying? Only the weak say shit like that.
Ah!
I'm sorry, Okabe. If it weren't for number 12, you could have escaped on your own.
Don't worry, this is nothing. Ah! I was nearly knocked out by the pain racing from my back through my liver.
Okabe.
Ah!
Stop it. Please stop. Stop.
If only
we
we were free of this thing.
Only this wasn't on us.
I could just save her.
Why won't it come off?
Please, please come off.
I'm begging you, come off.
Please.
Please, let us out.
Let us out. Huh?
Ah,
I heard a tiny beep.
was that sound
Number 12.
out of my way?
The beating stopped. But when I turned around, I saw 4 degrees Celsius grabbing a nearby signboard. Are you kidding me? If I get hit with something like that, I'm not getting back up. Do these DQ assholes not get that? Kursu, run.
But
Don't worry about me. Go, hurry and stop number 14.
no, I'm not leaving you behind.
4 degrees Celsius held the sign over his head. We're done for.
No.
That sound. It's getting closer. Sounds like a car exhaust. And now honking. A big car is barreling down the alleyway towards us. Everyone's screaming, trying to get away. I smell burning rubber. A limo breaks up by the people surrounding us, leaving tire tracks on the asphalt. And comes to a stop right in front of me. The back door opens.
Get in, ya.
Ferris.
Okabe.
Before I could move, Kursu took my right hand and pulled me into the back seat.
Go.
The limousine took off with a squeal with the door still open. We heard the ugly snarls of the punks behind us, but they got farther and farther away until we couldn't hear them anymore.
Are you guys all right, ya?
I'm fine, but Okabe's...
Don't worry about me. Just a few bumps and scrapes and a little bit of internal bleeding. It was obviously worse than that, but I didn't have time to cry about it. By the way, why were you there to pick us up? And whose car is this?
It belongs to a friend of mine, ya. I told him I had a lot of ground to cover in my search, so he lent it to me, ya.
What kind of friend would lend her a car like this? Actually, maybe I should be asking what kind of person she is to have a friend like that.
Then Moenia told me where you'd be.
So, Shining Finger. According to Ferris, Moika was nearby when we got jumped. She was on her way to the lab after receiving my message. When she saw us under attack, she didn't know what to do. So she texted Ferris. Ferris, meanwhile, was on her way to the lab in her limo and came to help us out.
Our lab mems really work well together.
Of course they do. Now's not the time to be getting sentimental. Ferris, we need to get to the lab.
I know. We're almost there, Nyan.
What time is it? Going to check my phone until I noticed Kursu's left hand gently holding my right. In our wrists at number 12. But the bands were no longer snug. Our imprisonment had ended. The thing that had bound us no longer locked us together. so we didn't have to hold hands anymore. Huh? But still, Kurisu held my hand firmly, and somehow gently. Surely. And I held her hand in mine. Soon after, we arrived at the lab. We exited the limo and entered the Brawn Tube workshop to find all the lab members waiting for us.
Okarin, are you okay?
As a general rule, no. Yeah, it was nothing, really.
I'm really sorry. Mayushi was...
Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. She seemed to calm down once she realized that nothing on me looked too out of place. Mayuri launched into an explanation about how the store we were looking for wasn't in Akihabara, but I cut her off to look for the owner of the workshop. That giant newspaper reading man refused to be found. Suzuha, where's Mr. Braun?
Oh, I think he slipped off somewhere while I wasn't paying attention.
No, that's what was Kurisu, sorry.
No.
Mayuri, what is the time?
Oh,
She takes her watch, Pockety, out of her pocket.
Let me check Pockety.
Finally, Pockety makes an appearance. It's been a while. How you doing, Pockety?
It's 10 minutes to 5.
We have 10 minutes until number 14 goes off. I've said it before, but at this point, we literally have no time. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Crowding up the place. You're gonna drive away all my customers. Just then, a booming voice rang out from the entrance to the store. I turned to see a familiar face.
Owner!
Mr. Braun, how dare you abandon your post at a time like this? Abandon my... All I did was take Nye home, and hey, that was some awful big talk from a guy who ran off while I was talking to him, Okabe. That's right, I was going to tell you about what I found on the bench in here. That's it, where is it right now? Where? So it really was for your place, huh? It explains why it looks so weird. Yeah, fine, whatever, hurry, please just give it to me. So impatient, is there any way to treat someone who just found your thing for you? I'll pay you anything you want, just give it to me, we don't have time. Alright, just get your face out of my face, I'll go get it. I was begging him so desperately that the tip of my nose was nearly touching his face. Mr. Braun shoved me away and started looking for a gadget among his CRTs. I think it was somewhere around here. Hurry. Oh, I could have sworn wasting time. Oh, I got you, there you are. So this is what you're looking... Hey! I snatched number 14 out of Mr. Braun's hands. This is the first time I've seen it. It's a black plastic case slightly bigger than a regular hard disk. Has an antenna on it. Daru, is this it?
No question. That's number 14, all right.
Kurisu.
Right.
That was too close, Nyan.
Talk about last second. What a relief.
So what's going on? Any of you want to clue me in? Mr. Braun seemed perplexed by the wave of relief that seemed to pass over everyone in his store. 5 minutes to spare. That was cutting it close. But now that we have it... Now, Daru, if you'd be so kind as to deactivate... What is it? Oh.
What is it, Mayuri? The watch. The time. Huh?
I followed Mayuri's stare to the analog broadcast on the CRT TV. On the upper left of the screen, I saw 4:59. 59?
I think Pockety was 5 minutes slow.
Before Mayuri had finished speaking, number 14 started groaning to life. The signal showing the time on the CRT cut out. Oh, it's cute though. All at once, every last CRT in the workshop began to display something that could bring about the end of the world. Oh, like tiny Kurisu. Just kind of like, nope, this is my spot.
What's she gonna do?
What you gonna do? Balled up and like, nope, this is my patch right here.
Shoulder gremlining.
Shoulder gremlining, but from the front.
Yeah.
Yes. Kurisu. I heard a familiar yet strange voice coming from the TVs. Kurisu, please, wait.
Okabe, why?
Listen, Kurisu, I was stupid.
Okabe.
I never realized how I really felt until now. No, I always knew. I only pretended that I didn't. But now that you're going back to the States, everything is so clear to me. You're the reason I was born into this world.
Okabe.
So Don't go, Kurisu. I won't let you go back to America. I promise we'll never be apart.
Don't let go, Okabe. I never want to be alone again.
I can't get over this image. I won't.
Okabe.
Call me Rintaro.
Rintaro.
Kurisu. We couldn't help but stare at the images on the screens. What is this?
This is...
Ocarine and Chris-chan?
Why is it us?
Wow. How embarrassing.
Wait, how did we end up in such a saccharine scenario in the first place? Where could this have... Christina, what is it with this embarrassing video? How is this supposed to end the world?
Don't ask me. I don't know anything about it.
Don't give me that. This was data from your hard drive.
If I said I don't know, I don't know. Number 13.
Come again.
Hey, Ocarine, number 13 was a device that records what's in your head, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Huh? But that would mean... Christina.
You've got it all wrong. This isn't what I had in my head. I've never even thought about it before, ever.
Then why are you averting your eyes?
Because...
Christina, do you really want to shoulder gremlin?
No comment.
Christina the shoulder gremlin! Oh my god! Just like,
Mayuri-chan, are Okabe-san and Makise-san dating? Huh?
Lukaku, how could you say that?
I guess so. You too, Mayuri, what's wrong with you? Well, darling, you idiot isn't on your wrists anymore. That must mean you two must have felt connected to each other, right?
Oh. I left it in the limousine on the way here.
And their hands.
What?
You've been holding hands this whole time.
I hadn't noticed until just now, but she was right. Come on, this is just a reflex.
That's right. It's only because we were having an argument.
I don't know, nya. Things seemed pretty romantic when you were in the car, nya.
Explode all normies.
Trying to tell them that they're wrong. I feel as though this is a fight I'm not going to win. Because... Oh! Mr. Braun's voice draws our attention back to the CRTs and prompts a response. Oh. On the CRT screens, Kurisu and I gaze into each other's eyes. We get closer and closer and... Ah!
Don't look.
I moved to cover the screen, but it was a fool's errand in a store filled with them. Besides...
That's not going to help. This is being shown on every analog TV in Akiba.
Kurisu, I will never let you go. Never.
Then prove it to me.
I will.
Rintaro.
Kurisu. Oh. No. All's well that ends well.
I totally assumed it would be that, and I am glad I was right.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then they go to jail for broadcast signal intrusion.
Right? At least they'll get a cell with the maximum headroom. That is Maxwell's first name, right?
Probably.
Maxwell Headroom. Oh, that was fun. I think this is kind of like one of the better ones for how these have been playing out so far.
Yeah.
It's got the goofy sci-fi aspect to it, right? It's got the fluffy romance stuff to it. Yeah, it's got everything you want.
And it's got the brief heart-stopping moment when Mayushi is like, wait, Pockety, what's wrong with Pockety? And you're like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
And then, the watch is just slow. It didn't stop. Oh, thank God. What if they did?
Oh, God. That would be like just hard to turn. Like, we are going. God damn it. Well, that is the first 5 routes. There is one route we saved for last because when I was looking up, when I was researching the game and how we wanted to play it, that was the one that was recommended we play it because
that's Mr. Brown route.
That's Braun route, and that's because it is the longest and kind of most like final. I believe this was the actually the one they recommended that we play first because it kind of goes right off of the common route, but whatever. I was just like, I don't care. We'll see where the chips fall on our first time around.
We're having chips.
We are having chips. Go God. No. Caruso, would you please take the chip out of my head? I don't want my thoughts being broadcast all over the TVs. I just realized we never needed the chip in the head after all. She's already got the headband that does that.
Yeah.
Wow.
The chip wasn't needed. It was just for fun.
I also love the image of Caruso just being the shoulder gremlin. It's just like, nope, I'm curling up right here. This is my spot. It was made for me. I don't know why it's so funny. I can say that as someone who is in close proximity with a shoulder gremlin, that it is. Oh, well, hello. I guess you can guess why Vivian isn't at her microphone right now and where she might be. Did you guess my shoulder? That's where she was.
They can't tell. It's a secret.
Well, I'm telling them. Otherwise, the physical comedy is lost on them. So yeah, that means we have one more route to go.
Yeah.
Now, Mayuri route does take a little bit of doing. You actually have to do some very specific stuff to get to it. All the other ones, we just like you have to send that message to the phone wave at different times, right?
Mm-hmm.
For this one, you actually have to pay attention to how you send out your texts and shit.
Okay.
So we will do that.
Sounds reasonable.
Doesn't it? I think it sounds very reasonable. Thank you, Nitro Plus. And also, I'm just in general really enjoying this game.
Yeah.
It was definitely it's definitely one of the goofier science adventure games I played. I've also played Dash, Robotics Notes Dash, which is also kind of like the same thing where it's like fundamentally a goofy thing. It's just like more character interaction stuff, which is fun. And that's kind of where this is. I feel like there's still a little bit more substance to this than there was in Dash, but Dash also has the benefit of having a really like phenomenal end route. So.
More substance in this, huh? Wow.
Yeah. I don't actually care for Dash that much. If it wasn't for the fact that you got to see a lot of the Steins Gate crew in like a couple years later doing some stuff and having a little bit of overlap with the Tanegashima Island group, it would be less interesting. A few days had passed since the incident. All right. Oh, Mayuri's just reading it aloud. Okay.
The incident occurred the afternoon of August 11 around 5 p.m. Fortunately, the footage only played in Akihabara on analog television, so few people seemed to notice. Some thought that it may have been part of a Korean drama series. Because of this, it wasn't given much TV or magazine coverage. Nonetheless, there is a perpetrator behind this event. Who are they, and what was their objective? We at this magazine will continue to search for the hidden truth of this incident. The end.
Wow, you really wrote this article, Moe Nyan?
Yeah, gave it my all. It's not just the article, Ferris-chan. Look at the sexy photos at the beginning of the magazine.
Oh, it's the person from my phone, Nyan.
Shrine Maiden descended upon Akihabara. Oh, that's cute. Oh, do you see the Science Adventure Team
Yeah.
logo on there? Oh, that's cute.
Mayuri-chan, stop. It's so embarrassing. Why? You look so cute.
Also, the entire run of this magazine sold out. Hey, focus up. We're having a roundtable meeting. This is no time for chit-chat.
Okay, but have you considered how Moika's standing posture makes it look like the vacuum cleaner is her right arm?
It does. It does. It's so good. What is she using it for?
Ooh.
Okabe, I had it upgraded into an arm cannon, like Samus.
Wait, but isn't Samus inside of the suit that has the arm cannon? Doesn't she get out of the suit and she has her arm back?
Oh,
I love Mayuri mid-chomp.
You should look at this too, Ocarine. Look, it's the free town magazine Moeka-san's company publishes. They've got pictures of Luka-kun in here too. Please, Mayuri-chan, don't show any more people.
Luca, you're cute. You just
I
have to
only
deal with
agreed
it.
to be in a magazine because I assumed that people wouldn't read the magazine, right?
It's 2010. People still read magazines, I guess, on occasion. Also, you're already on everyone's phone. How is this more embarrassing than that?
It's a magazine.
Wait, just while we're here, everyone has a Luca phone, right? And
No
this is normal? I'm trying to remember if I skipped a world line here somewhere, but I don't remember this being normal nor a thing that everyone had.
Oh, yeah. It also talks about what happened the other day. Look.
that's right, Nya. But you know, if you wanted the article to make an impact, you should have published it with a big picture of what went down, Nya.
I would have felt bad about exposing those two to the world. Besides, I didn't have a picture. Huh? Data was on the hard disk, so shouldn't Hashida have the video? Maki says she confiscated it. Too bad.
Oh, and luckily for them, because it only went to CR analog televisions, it's very unlikely anyone would have had it connected
VHS
to-
recorder.
Or you'd have to have a VHS recorder or something like that. You probably aren't connecting your CRT to a modern computer. I wonder, would someone do? Can we? Oh, I kind of want to do that now. Get a big ass bulbous CRT and run the computer on that. Ugh. It's no use. No matter how many times I tell them to lay off, they keep going back to what happened that day, hoping the memory would simply fade away. This new article isn't going to help matters. Damn you, Moika. Why would you write this up? It's a stroke of luck that so few people saw me in such an embarrassing state, but still had an audience. One that included everyone here.
There. No need to blush. It was just a little romance.
Gaga ooh la la. I am not blushing, I am flushing with anger. Besides, there was no romance to blush about. I keep telling you that it was nothing but my assistant's embarrassing fantasy. It is all in her head.
I want to die.
Kurisu sat on the edge of the couch with her head in her hands. Well, that's what happens if you make a big fuss and get everyone involved with your personal matters. Imagine she'll feel that way for a while. Ooh, good CG of them yelling at each other. Expected something far worse when she predicted that number 14 might spell the end of the world, but instead we got a modern woman's fantasy as saccharine as a dessert buffet.
It is the end of the world.
Your world, maybe? What, do you think is there anyone back at Victorchondria that would care about this, huh? Wait. How far along is Amadeus at this point?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, there's one person, depending on your definition of person.
What about Maho? Maho would make fun of her for it. Oh, yeah.
This only happened because you put number 13 on my head while I was asleep.
You say that, but where did the dream come from?
How should I know? I'm supposed to be responsible for my dreams now?
Yes! It's obvious that what we saw on those screens was Kurisu's dream. I think what sells it is that you can't see her mouth.
Yeah.
That's what they're like. I'm up close. And while it is true that her embarrassing dreams broadcast caused me some distress, I still don't know why Kursu would have a dream like that. She insists that she doesn't know either, and I'm not about to pry. But by the same token, we also don't know why number 12 released us. Were our feelings really entwined? Or did it just run out of power? The good news, I got it to run Wordle. I still suck at it, though.
It runs Wordle, but it does give you an electric shock every time you don't get it.
Oh, wow. That's the real hard mode. You're such a great scientist. Why don't you exercise some control over your dreams?
As if that's possible.
Speaking of which, why are you here? Weren't you going back to America?
I'm too embarrassed to set foot outside.
You're just being self-conscious.
Shut up. Like you even care if I go home. There they go again. So they only got along when they were forced to, after all.
They're a real headache, nya.
Ever quarreling lovers. Mayuri-chan, do you think we should stop them? Aha, Mayushi has an idea. Oh, what kind of idea?
I swear, you're so stubborn. You've got to come back for everything I say. Can't you just hang your head in shame and accept your culpability here?
Oh, I'm so sorry, but didn't you get the memo? I don't owe you anything.
Is that what you think?
What do you think?
Huh? Was that just... Hey, did you hear a beep just now?
I think I did.
That sounded oddly familiar. My wrist feels strange. You can't be serious. We look towards the origin of the beep at the same time.
Ah! Hey!
There clung future gadget number 12. You put it over the lab coat! Now I can't take it off! Also known as Darling, you idiot.
See? When you have these on, you argue a lot less and get along better, right?
Mayuri, you!
Mayuri, you!
Why on earth would you do that?
What were you thinking? Uh-oh, if you get all worked up.
Ah! And just like that, Kurisu and I found ourselves stuck together once more. Wow! Cold move, Mayuri.
But it worked really well the last time. Like,
that's true, but like...
best invention.
I think... Imagine doing that to someone without their consent, though. That's like fucked up. Ah, the life... The sad, lonely life of the Okabe Kurisu shipper. We know our ship's the best, but that doesn't make it any easier to deal with. All right. That's it for this episode. Next time, we'll be starting the final route.
Yeah.
Mayuri route. It's going to be longer, from what I understand. I don't know how much longer. But it's going to be more than the usual, like, 3-episode burst for the rest of these. So please look forward to that. And then we'll be taking a break from Steins for a little while.
And inevitably coming back to it because there's always more science adventure.
There is. Like, long term, I'd love to be able to have, like, played every science adventure game on this channel, including Dash at some point. I don't like Dash that much, but like we could do it if it was like the last one. But like I love this series and characters, and we do plan to play the other Steins Gate spinoff game before we do Zero. So look forward to it.
Yeah,
it'll be a fun time.
Linear bounded pentagram.
Yeah, but first, Mayuri route featuring more Pockety and probably an Upa. Right?
It's likely.
It's likely at least one Upa will be there. Ciao.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.